Welcome back to Antimatter Chemistry. Today we're going to be getting on with, well, a little bit of smeltery, but not too much I don't think. But we are going to need to craft some tools first of all. So between the episodes I created a cast for a pickaxe head and took that cobalt that we got at the very end of last episode from the light blue dye and turned that into cobalt ingots. Turned that, put it through the smeltery. We've got a little bit of cobalt left. We've got one, so let me just put another one in there. We'll get 2 ingots, and then we'll be able to cast out another head. And then I've replaced it on here. So if you don't know how to do this, you want to craft the various things: the stencil table, pattern chest, part builder, and tool station. And in here, just dump in I just put in my iron pickaxe, put it in the center, put the cobalt pickaxe head in the outside, and it replaces the head, and we have that available. That meant I could go to the nether and go and gather some bits and pieces, some cobalt and some ardite, more importantly, and that gets us going for further tools. So yeah, we're going to wait for that to just cook up, and then we'll cast another head out of this because I want to create a separate sort of pickaxe from scratch, I think. And that's going to mean a few things. First of all, I'm going to want some other stuff besides this tool station. So I need to upgrade to a tool forge, which is going to need the tool station, some seared bricks, and something else. So seared bricks, I've got a feeling we could do those using something else. Can we just make them using stone in the smeltery yet? Seared paver, seared road, seared stone. Yeah, so if I put seared stone in there, I can cast it out using a basin. And that is just regular stone, or cobblestone indeed. And that can come out into a basin. So all we need for that is, well, I'm going to need to make more grout, clearly. Because we're going to need more of, well, we don't actually need to make more grout. Yeah, we just cast that out. Once that's cast, I'm just going to remove a couple of... can we actually do that? No, I don't think I can disassemble this stuff. I don't think we can go backwards. Seared ingots. Can we make them backwards? No, once they're converted, they're converted. That's fine. So there's our next pickaxe head. We'll just pop it in there. And I'm just going to go and make more grout, and then we'll come back once, unless I've got some in here. Oh, we have some in here. That's good. In fact, that's handy. I'd forgotten all about them. So let's just grab all of this. There we go. So we are going to need a couple of things. Nothing too special, of course. The usual kind of approach. We want a basin. And we want another faucet. And then we're going to need another drain. So now we just need to replace one of the blocks in here. And why don't we just replace this block with the drain block. Okay, and we'll put this here. Now later on you probably want to automate this by raising everything up one or moving these up one, and then underneath these you can just put hoppers and they'll automatically take whatever's cast out of them. But for now that's perfectly fine, and we'll just dump in, you know, a full load of seared stone that will smelt up. As you can see, that will smelt up and we can just cast it out into basins. And then I don't need to go and create gravel and sand and everything else. So we can actually just convert it back across to this stuff if we want to. So we can go and create a much taller smeltery. For the tool forge, we are going to unfortunately have to use up a bunch of iron. But since we got that iron from basically the deep dark, I got a couple of stacks worth from a single stack of iron ore. And I've got some more iron ore left to go as well. So yeah, we definitely have enough there. And we're also going to get some gold. We're almost certainly going to need more casts this episode. So gold is, well, I guess, how much? We didn't have much copper, did we? So I had more gold than copper. So that's fine. We can just disassemble this. Let's just grab that and grab the gold. And I've got a lot of gold. And we'll just shift click this in. There he goes. It gets made into gold. And we'll be able to use that for casts. Are you smelted yet? Well, you are. There's 4 blocks, 2 ingots. So we'll cast that out. I'll cast it into a block. Yep. And that should then be used for the tool forge. So let's just put in some more of this gold, and we should be able to get some more of this out. There we go. 1, 2. Is that everything? That's silver. Yeah, that's everything. Fine. There's our gold. Just dump it in our chest, and then we should be able to proceed with the tool forge build. We'll need to borrow this again. We need to use that to be built. There we go. And then third block there should be everything we need. And that won't take for long at all. That should be finished anytime now. So done. Okay, and then we should be able to make the tool forge. Forge. And we'll just use the very basic kind. This will let us get into the more advanced Tinker's stuff. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff over here. Shuriken's particularly popular of mine. I quite like the Shuriken options that you have available. But also things like lumber axes, so you don't have to use ore excavation if you don't want to. Excavators, hammers, etc, etc. But they tend to need a lot of fermental components to be built first, which you need to basically cast in stone, then basically convert across to everything else. So if we go in here, we're going to want a small, oops, where are my stencils? A tool rod pattern. Let's put that in there. We're going to need probably a sword at some point, I imagine, but for the meantime, let's just get a binding pattern. So both of those will let us make the basic sort of parts of a pickaxe. So we can go for that. And then over here in the part builder, if we just create something like paper binding, and it doesn't really much matter what we make this next part out of, so we could just go ahead with cobalt again. Yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of research and see what I want to use for this. It's basically the modifiers that's on here that's the important part. So I decided just for the moment to go for a sponge handle. Now we haven't made any sponge yet, so we need to make that up. I need some calcium carbonate, and that's going to need a few things. One is calcium, so we need to just make a little bit of that. Let's see, got some silicon dioxide. If we put this in the right hand side, we get andesite, and if we combine that with, I want to say, is it cobblestone? Is it cobblestone? Resume. Let's just see. I'm going to go back through here to find this calcium carbonate, calcium, and we need to get andesite and andesite. Oh, in fact, no, we just put this through. That's fine. So andesite straight through, and we didn't get any. I'm clearly going to need more of that. So I need to just get some more stone put through, and we'll get basically all of the silicon dioxide reconverted and back through. That's all going through fine, and let's just get all of you and processed. Okay, so we'll bring that back, and once I got some calcium, I'll bring you back for the rest of it, and once I dump my inventory yet again. There we go, we've got some calcium, and we just grab that. We can convert this into polish just by 2x2 in a grid, and that will get us a much better result as far as the output's concerned. And calcium and carbonate. Resume that, and we should get calcium carbonate, as you might imagine, and that's enough. And then we can combine both of those to basically get sponge. Okay, so both of those in there, and resume. One sponge. I really hope it's only one. We're about to find out. And then we just need a tool rod pattern, and we can make this in the part builder. So let's just get some sponge. Yep, so squeaky. It does no damage, but it basically gets you silk touch. Let's just have a look. Is there anything in here? Yeah, attack damage. I don't really care about attack damage because it's a pickaxe. So we will just make a pickaxe here. So shift click them in. And this is silk touch. Okay. It has 4 modifiers. And that's good enough for now. We need to get it up to 5, I think, for reinforced. But that's going to come soon enough. So let's just look at embossment. To emboss this, we need the jewels, if I remember rightly. I can never remember the name of them, though. They're in the book. Let's have a look. Back to the top. Modifiers, sort of. Embossment, there we go. So embossment. We need these. So green slime crystals, blue slime crystals, and magma slime crystals. That will let us actually basically make this better. And so we need the crystals, and let's see if we can actually make them easily. So there they are. So usual green slimy mud. So it needs the slime balls. We can make that kind. I'm not sure about the others though. Can we make this at all? Ooh, that's not too great. There is no... There is no recipe for these. Oh, that's annoying. So we may not be able to emboss things just yet. So we may have to wait to get another modifier. Can we get more modifiers by leveling it up? Because this one technically can as well. It's got 5 modifiers already. Let's just take a look at reinforced. If we have a look at reinforcement modifier, let's just see if there's any changes since I last remember. So modifiers and reinforcement is reinforced here. So adds a chance to not consume durability. Add a reinforced plate to the tool. Seems to help with this durability, making it stronger. It doesn't tell me how much here this stronger this is, but I think it's 20%. Well, that could be wrong, but I think it's 20%. So you get 5 modifiers, apply it 5 times, and your tool doesn't take any damage. So that's a kind of useful tool to get started with. So we've got Silk Touch to go and pick up stuff like redstone or anything else that I want to reprocess. In the Deep Dark, by the way, there is some modified versions of redstone that will just turn into a liquid if you break them normally. It's like the, what is it? The advanced version of redstone. Redstone ore? What are you called? Redstone ore? Empowered? Destabilized. There we go. Destabilized redstone ore. So if you try and break those normally, it just creates a liquid. I suppose you could take buckets with you, but not necessarily a great thing in the world. So we've got a Silk Touch pickaxe. We've got a regular pickaxe, both cobalt level. And you can see the mining speed is 12 on both of them, but you can see the modifiers are slightly different, but otherwise they're pretty close to each other, aren't they? So that's something we'll have to deal with. Now, we need to get some obsidian, and for that, we're going to want to basically head down either to the Deep Dark or even potentially, well, you can't really do it in the Nether because you can't take buckets of water into the Nether. That would be good if you could, but yeah. So we're gonna have to go into the Deep Dark, find a piece of obsidian, or just take some water with you. I assume you can take it into the Nether, and then that should be good. We should be able to just gather that using. Well, in fact, let's just actually make a magnet before I go down there, because even though ore excavation is great, it sometimes isn't quite great enough when you're trying to gather stuff. So we can get a magnet sorted, just so I have one in my inventory. Yes, filling up another slot, but magnet, we want, let's say, an iron magnet. Yeah, I'm being very sort of lax with my iron this time. So disabled. Ooh, we can have a blacklist. That's interesting. It's enabled now. I hope it doesn't have to be in my hand. 1 durability per tick within 1.5 blocks. It's not going down unless it's only 1 durability. Basically when it picks stuff up. Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it alone for now. We'll go and get some other stuff sorted, and I'll see you down in the Deep Dark. This part of the journey down always terrifies me because there's no way to light up the area between the roof and the area very, very, very far below as we actually descend it. So yeah, I'm always terrified about this part, but you can see, well, you may not be able to see because of YouTube, because it's really dark for me. I can't really light things up without traveling out there. I don't want to play with those creepers. No, go away. Go away. Let's head down to some lava. Okay, here we have some lava. Let's just actually convert that over into obsidian just fine, and make sure I have my torches just to light everything up, for at least for you guys, so you can see everything. There we go. There's some obviously water spawning around, so everything is quite naturally lit. And we'll do the same thing here. Let's just get rid of all that lava. And we're going to convert it. Let's hope that this actually lets us pick stuff up. Yeah, it is. It will. So I'm going to ore excavate this, and hopefully it all get dragged towards me. And it helps if I turn the magnet on. Hopefully it all get dragged towards me and end up in my inventory. I'm going to need probably about 40 obsidian per. There we go. And so I've got 64 obsidian there. We're going to want more than that. So I'm going to probably grab a few more bits and pieces of it. I'm actually just going to basically block that in. Wood, you'll do. So, yeah, let's block that in just so it's easy for me to walk around. I'm going to gather more lava in the form of obsidian, and I'll see you back at the base where we should be able to craft lots of stuff with it to try and make unbreakable tools. I should note, by the way, even though I'm cutting out the long journeys via editing, also the pack does recommend you do a set home, which means you can do /home to get back to your base anytime you like. So you don't have to walk back necessarily. It seems to be intended by the pack, so I'm using it to get back largely. So just something, if you don't already know about that, /home will do just that. And obviously you get back to the point that we set a few episodes ago. So that's pretty good. And I've got a few stacks of obsidian already. So we're going to just need to create some casts and nothing excessive. So we've got 1 block, 2 ingots in there. Let's actually just dump in. I got a few bits of ore while I was down there. Nothing great. I've got more iron. Iron's always great. But aside from that, I actually want to use up some of the gold. So I'm going to be making some casts. So let's make one of our tools unbreakable, at least attempt it for this silk touch. So for that, we're going to need, I hope, about 10 gold. So let's just get that and get the gold. Throw that in there, and it will be quite quick to actually heat up because it's gold. And let's just put that away for now because we're going to not need to worry about it. And then let's see what this actually lets me pour. I'm going to pour 5 casts. And then we're going to want to make a reinforcement modifier with this obsidian. So if we just grab reinforced, I think it is just that ring of obsidian. Yeah, with any sort of cast, a blank cast will do fine, which is exactly what we're about to make. So I need to make some of those, and that will be done in just a minute. Okay, now this original pick that I had, the iron one, I replaced the cobalt head, or replace it with a cobalt head. I'm just going to repair it up, and then this one is the one with 5 modifiers. So we're going to use this one as the default, and then have this other one with silk touch on. I guess we could also swap out the binding. If I just grab a binding pattern, can I actually just swap that out to get another modifier? Possibly. Let me just try that and let's see if that actually works. So cobalt pickaxe, paper binding, and we get 6 modifiers. Yep, I'm happy to take that. Then we can just apply 5 reinforcements onto it, and you'll see that's 20% per level. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you now unbreakable? Unbreakable. Good. So that can't be damaged anymore. Durability is full. Now, there are other modifiers and other versions of this you can make. You can do all kinds of things like, I think there's various modifications like you can have it so that it does more damage or gets faster when it gets lower and lower durability, and then you can make it unbreakable when it's really low durability, so it retains that. I'm not sure if that's been fixed or not, but that used to be one of the old ways of doing things. But this was basically working as is, and it still has modifiers. So we should be able to just put some redstone on there, I think, to make this touch faster. Why don't we just try and put some redstone? So not the silk touch one, this one, because we no longer need any kind of mending. And you'll see haste 46 out of 50. I actually want 50 there, so let me just grab another 4. There we go. It's a lot of redstone to use at this point, but it's just a handy thing to have. Haste 50 out of 50. Motivate your tool to move even faster. Cool. So this thing, and now, should be pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. And no more durability. That's good. And that's the particle effects you were seeing were just basically my magnet, which is now taking durability damage. But that's not everything. We want to be able to do more than just break blocks. We want to be able to defend ourselves. And this diamond sword, it's okay, but it can be improved. So for the next part, we're going to need some prismarine, we're going to need some manulin, we're going to need some bone, and something else that I can never remember the name of. We're going to make a sort of unbreakable shuriken, and that should give us basically infinite ammo. So let's give that a start anyway. So we need some beryllium, we need some aluminum, silicon, and oxygen. So let's just get that. So beryllium, well, let's just add a range. So let's just get, I don't know, 16 of you. So what was it again? Aluminum is going to be up there. Okay, fairly far over. We have lots of that, so let's just get another 16 of that. We want the oxygen, so let's get a stack of oxygen. And what was the final ingredient? Let's see. This is for beryl, that is. Silicon, Si. Where are you, silicon? You're right there. So again, let's just get 16 of that. So let's leave 5 in there. And let's just shift click this in. Okay, and we may have to grab some stuff out of here first of all. Shift click that in, this in. silicon and oxygen, and that's only going to make 2 barrel. We're clearly going to need more silicon. So yeah, I need to go and get that, but that's easy enough. We've got, or we should be able to separate out silicon dioxide. Obviously, that is silicon and oxygen. And there we go. So we can dump the silicon in. And we're going to need some more oxygen, I think. It's quickly going to use that up. But we've got loads of that, so that's not a problem. Oxygen, and then we're on to other things. So let's see how many. Let's assume we need 3 of this. So we need 6 barrel, and how much we've got? 5. So if I just get a couple more pieces of beryllium, or moles of beryllium. Helps if I don't exhaust my entire supply at once. There we go. That should do. Beryllium. 8. Okay. And the rest of the stuff that we actually want is, let's just dump all that back in there. The rest of the stuff that we want, aside from the barrel, is going to be something a little bit more simple. It is the stuff we got the cobalt out of last time, cobalt aluminate, and that is straight from light blue dye. So if I just get some lapis, let's just take 8 of that lapis, and I want to do the same amount for that. We've got some resonating redstone crystals. That'll be useful for extra utilities too in a little bit, but this will just actually get us going. And then we can just disassemble this in our dissolver. There we go, and we get cobalt aluminate. That combined with this gets us prismarine. So 1 and 2, dump those out, and that should start generating prismarine. Hopefully that's enough. We've got 4 prismarine there, so let's give this a go. We want to swap out a knife blade pattern, I think. Let's see how well this goes. So will you make a knife blade? You will. So we get jagged, and remember I was saying that it was a trait that you can get that the lower durability something is, the higher damage it is, and I think that's what the jagged trait does. We can check it in the book, but I'm almost sure. It's been a while, and I was lucky enough that 4 is actually the amount that I need. So from there, we've got some manulin, which is just some cobalt and some ardite in there. I think it was just 2 of each, basically 2 of each ore to get 4 ingots. So we're going to need to just cast another knife blade, and that will be simple to do. I just want a stone version. And we need some more gold, presumably. Yeah, we do need a couple more pieces of gold. And we'll just dump that in there. And we'll get basically another cast. We've got an ingot cast now. We'll get a knife blade cast done just by putting that in there. And then we're going to cast out manulin. We're going to be able to make bone straight away, I think. I'm not sure if we can make bone with bone meal or if we need actual bone. No, bone meal seems to work fine. And clearly I need to clear my inventory again. I should be able to just make, or put these in here. So prismarine, I suppose it doesn't matter which one it is. I think I need to check, but there's a 4th one as well I'm missing. I can never remember the name of, so I'll go and find out which one it is. And we'll come back once I've cast out this. So gold goes down, create a cast, and we'll be back in a second. Oh yeah, it was just bone. First saw it on, I think it's System Chosen Architect? Yeah, I think I saw it on his a while back. I just went and looked on his channel. Yeah, he's got one there. There's a much more in-depth one later that can get even more damage. That's quite a complicated craft, though. I want to just get you started with something that's actually simple rather than something like that. But I will show you another one later that is better. It's just a little bit of a pain to actually do. The 4th one, yeah, so we just need paper. We want modifiers, so paper knife blade it is. And let's get that done. So there we have a manulin bone paper prismarine shuriken. Okay, so it's got a lot of different things. Jagged is one of them. And you'll see there it has 5 modifiers and 5.81 attack. So that can be made. And at this point, we then need another one of those, basically the unbreaking modifiers, but we also want to bring this down in durability. So what does it actually get? What's our durability? 373. We want that to be as low as possible, I think, if I remember rightly. So if we just have a hover of that now, is this actually going to modify things? What are we down to? How many shots have we got left? 14. So... okay, we've got 5 shots. 3, 2, 1. So that's the last shot available. Okay, and let's hope that this actually works the way I remember it working. And now we just need to cast some more gold. I'm completely going to need to go and get another trip worth of gold, but it's actually fairly straightforward to find it in the deep dark. It's just, you know, down near the bottom somewhere. Don't want to step over those. It may well rearm things. So I will just grab the obsidian. We'll make some more reinforcement modifiers and we'll see whether this works. Yep, there it is. Moves like jagged. Every point durability lost increases damage. So that should be good. Whether that gets cancelled out or not once I cast this out is something else entirely. So let's just cast out all that gold. I think I actually did too much there. Yeah, well, no, maybe not, because each of these is 2. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll get to those done, and that won't take long at all. The ammo's disappeared, so I'm pretty safe again. And then we just get to our obsidian. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so if you've got any suggestions for simple tools, I won't say the ultimate tools because the ultimate tools require a bunch more, well, work. Each of these tools should continue to level up, and when they do, you can of course get extra modifiers, I believe, so you can continue to add more speed, damage, everything else to them. But for now, they're good enough to get us started with something simple. There we go, so some reinforcement modifiers. And let's go and put these onto the tools. Well, tool, weapon in this case. So let's just put you on. So yeah, you can see it's still got an ammo of 1. Its attack still says 5.81, but yeah, hopefully that will be better damage. We'll see very shortly. So reinforced as before. And it's now unbreakable, so that may... Oh, no, it says a 1 of 42. Okay, that's fine. There's just no durability graph on the bottom. So that is a weapon. So we've got a weapon and a tool. We can, of course, make a hammer. Cobalt happens to be pretty good if you want to make a hammer. You need to have quite a lot of cobalt to do it, but you basically have a couple of plates, a hammer head, and the tool rod. I think one of the plates uses sets it up so that you use that tool to repair it. But because you probably want an unbreakable one at some point, adding sort of durability doesn't really help. You're going to be using other things for that. So let's go and test out this Shuriken. The ideal source for testing of any weapon, really, in the Nether. I'm not going to go into the sort of deep dark or anything like that for this. Do we have any in here? We have one guy in here. Hi, how are you? Okay, 2 shots, and everything else will probably want to kill me now. Yeah, but that won't be a problem. Yep. Hi, anyone coming? Do we have any more? Well, oh, hi. Okay, that's pretty quick. Why don't we just head out and see if there's any more wanting to charge us? Probably not. No, it looks really clean. I mean, nothing to do with the torches. They don't have any effect on zombie pigmen, but yeah, don't have any more people around. Okay, so we've got plenty of stuff to actually get on with. We've got a good tool, and it's really fast, obviously, by comparison. You got to be a little bit careful, but because it doesn't break at all, you can use it to mass gather resources. So let me just show you somewhere that's nowhere near where I actually want this. Why don't I go over here? Basically, or excavate as much as you like, because it's now unbreakable. So, are you going to come after me? Okay, that's going to be a gas killing weapon. Definitely going to be a gas killing weapon. Anyway, as I said, you can just gather lots and lots of resources, no problem whatsoever, with ore excavation and your unbreakable tools. Enjoy! Now, your mob farm will be generating rare loot chests, and I had about 7 or 8 of them. I just opened them. This is exactly the screen that I got. It has an ender chest, which happens to be really convenient and very, very useful, along with some energy upgrades, therefore different machines, some blaze rods, some lamps, and some smooth brownstone. I haven't used smooth brownstone before, but is there anything... Oh, move a bit faster on it. I'm not sure I want to do that on a platform over the void, but I suppose... if you want that. I particularly want the ender chest, because if we go and make another one, we should be able to go and make a pair of ender chests, which is quite useful. We can get our mob farm supplying stuff into the main AE2 system once we have permanent power. More importantly, we can do things like, even with just one of these, we can create an ender pouch which has a link back to the ender chest and use it as like a remote kind of, there we go. We've got one ender pearl already. We'll just use one ender pearl. In fact, I may well use it for an ender tether rather than anything else, just to make sure that I don't get any teleports away from that. How much is an ender tether? And the tether needs wither skeletons. Nope, that's not happening. So we will just make an ender chest with a couple of blaze rods and some obsidian, which we've already got. Just a piece of wool, and that will make a pair of chests. We can then use that for other things. You could also make ender tanks. That will become very, very useful for lava pretty soon, I would imagine. So yeah, whatever you want to do. But remember, you do have those rare chests popping up and being used. I've started to expand the platform up at the top. I should have just used /home. Yeah, out here it's starting to extend outwards in more than one direction. I'm going to make a lumber axe. I did just want to test out a stone one, which is terrible, just to see how good it is. It's utterly terrible. In fact, I want to actually throw that away. So let me just get rid of that for a second, and let me just throw that away. That's horrible. Don't make a stone one. Definitely make an unbreakable one if you're going to make a lumber axe, and you just walk up and get free wood. We will get an automatic wood farm later, but that's fine for now. So into our quest then. We've got a little bit of time left at the end of the episode. We just need to make some scandium and indium ingots from cyan antimatter and yellow antimatter. Our farm should be generating some white antimatter. I've used some for the platform, but I should still have enough left to craft these, and that'll get us towards these, which will get us towards the machine frame and into thermal expansion. Okay, so for the new forms of antimatter, we definitely need barium for the cyan, and for the yellow, we need sulfur. Sulfur is number 16, so you can have a look on your periodic table, and this shows you where all the numbers are. Obviously 16 is over here near the top right, and then barium is actually over to the left hand side near the bottom. So we just need 8 of each, I think. So 7, 8, and was it sulfur? I think it was sulfur, it said. So it's going to be up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or so. Yep, that'll do. And then we should be able to just make that into the relevant type of antimatter. So let's just spread everything out. So yeah, 8. And there we go. So that's all done. And then we'll just grab all this back for a second, just so that we can get rid of this at my inventory. That's platinum, it looks like. So that's going to be useful. And I've just got the compounds in here for now, but these need to go somewhere else soon. Not quite sure what we're going to do about compounds, because they're obviously going to be potentially huge numbers by comparison to the elements, where there's, like 118 or something. So yeah, but for now, that's fine. And yeah, let's just process all this. So in goes the cyan, and we get barium back. That's good. So this sort of recycles itself. And where does that lead us to? Indium. So indium, we only get 9. Okay, but that's okay, because we can get some more barium. And there we go. Some more cyan. And we need 16 at least for one of the ingots, so that should be enough to do it. I'll get you out of there. Unlock the recipe and resume. Yep, 1 indium. Is that enough for the quest? How many indium? Oh, we need 4. Okay, so we're going to need quite a lot more on the white antimatter, but it's okay because our farm generates it. I don't have anything to do there. And scandium presumably is the same thing. And how much do we get for this by dissolving? We get 20% chance, but we can also get it from andesite, so that's fine. Do we have any indium by itself? Indium. We have 39. That's enough for 2 batches. I think I just erased it all. Indium, there we go. Yeah, for 2. And make sure to put that in the right place again. Indium, where are you? You are 4 down from there. So let's just make sure you're right there. Okay, good. And barium is something we should have quite a lot of at the top. Sorry, here. So yeah, we've got 300. So I'll just convert over. Well, I can convert over quite a lot. I'm just going to be out of white antimatter more than anything else. So let's just spread this out. Put the barium in. Spread, and there we go. Okay, so that is going to go in. And should produce everything we need. Some more indium. There we go. There we go. So how much indium do we have? We've got 3 there. Do we have enough for another one? We do. That can go in. And there's the quest. So indium and no rewards, unfortunately. And then I just need to do scandium, which I will do off camera. And there is the scandium we need, I think. That should be everything. Let's get this string out of the way. I've just been making some other stuff. I'll show that in a second. Just a brief upgrade. And we need a little bit more scandium. I need like 3 more. That will do. And let's just click that in. I should get the 3 scandium. That gets us the quest. And that gets us that. Still no rewards. Oh no. But into machine frames. So we need 4 machine frames. And that needs, wonderfully, it told us to make 4 scandium ingots, but actually we'll need 8. So that's wonderful. So we've got to set that up, and we've got to get some tin gears, but we can now cast gears, so that's not a problem. I'll leave that for next episode where we'll get into thermal expansion proper. We've got through these quests a little bit. I also went and replaced the chest down there at our mob farm with an ender chest and made another one with the ender pearl that started popping into place. And you'll see here we're starting to get some other stuff, including these rare loot crates, which are kind of nice. You can get, well, psilocybin, and some more white antimatter there from those, and again, more white antimatter still. So we can easily get white antimatter now, and it is going to be coming all the way back up here to our base. We just then need to decide where we're going to put that. I think I'm going to rearrange the AE2 system so it's up here, and then we'll sort of consider where we need to actually put it to get everything sorted. But starting to expand this platform out a fair bit more, and as you can see, I'm already up to quite a bit of white antimatter to get going. So yeah, if you've got any comments, if you've got any suggestions, I'm more than happy to hear them. Particularly if you've got any more suggestions about a Tinker's Construct weapons and tools. I will make a hammer. That's going to be very useful. That's just going to be probably cobalt and ardite, I think, for the most part. Cobalt heads, ardite large plate, or something along those kind of lines. I need to go and check the exact details for those. But there could be some others. I've not going to go into more advanced stuff like enderium and all kinds of other stuff like that for the Shuriken. We'll get to that later. Gold and obsidian is now attainable for us, so we've got everything we need to, carry on making unbreakable tools if we need to. I did go ahead and get 1 extra level on this thing, and you can see I'm almost to the 2nd level, and then I used to just put nether quartz on it. Full stack, went up from 5.92 to 7.32. And yeah, so that's increasing in sort of attack damage. You can see over here, jagged damage is plus 3.8 on top of all of that, so that's even better. And yeah, so that's pretty good as a whole. I'm quite enjoying using it. It's pretty much like a machine gun shuriken. All right. And thanks very much for watching, guys. If you liked the episode, feel free to give it a thumbs up. I didn't do too much tutorials. I just went into actual sort of advice for Tinker's Construct stuff. I'm sure you know the basics of that, so I don't need to go into it too much other than giving you recipes for tools as and when I actually make them. I just put some redstone on that one, of course, and that makes it a little bit faster. And again, Unbreakable. So next episode, we'll get into we'll get into thermal expansion. Probably get through most of this section of the quest book. We've already done this down here, so I might want to make that vacuumulator. If only because it makes things a little bit better than the hopper-based approach we have right now. Because if stuff in that kill chamber, if the loot falls funny and it doesn't fall into a hopper, it doesn't come through up here, so that's annoying. But we're getting device frames fairly soon. Manganese and osmium, we can make those probably just from manganese and osmium we've been picking up as a byproduct of other resources. We just need the copper gears, which we can cast out. So I need to go and get some more copper from the deep dark. We only got told to get 8 ore, and that's nowhere near enough for that quest. And then down here, we're going to be going what looks like into, well, accuracy accumulator will get us infinite water, and that's still thermal expansion stuff. And then steel. Steel is the big one, because as soon as we get steel, forged 48 steel ingots, they will be consumed. As soon as we get steel, we can do something really good. We can start making more of these chemical dissolvers and chemical combiners. Yeah, so the dissolver is iron, pistons, magma blocks, and steel. Okay, the combiner, which we can lock these into certain recipes, of course, is diamonds, obsidian, pistons, and steel. And we've got everything else apart from the steel. So that's next episode's objective, I think. And yeah, I will see you then. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and hope you're enjoying the antimatter chemistry playthrough. We'll see how it goes. See you next time.